Got to get it, Papa. Clank. Well, I am back. After a long absence, I am back. You're gonna be saying, well, back to what? Well, back to this. Look at that. Yes, I'm back at the world's largest working fire hydrant ever. And it's magnificent. And I like to come back when I can to look at that. But there's more that I'm over here for. And we're gonna find out what else I'm here for, because I couldn't do it last time when I was over here. So we're gonna go see. So hang on and enjoy this beautiful view of the world's largest working fire hydrant. Yep, I'm right here, right across the street, right behind the world's largest fire hydrant. And here's where I am. The Fire Museum of Texas here in Beaumont. And this is actually located in an old fire station. And it's the fire headquarters. Fire department headquarters, actually. But we're gonna go in there and see what happens. We'll pass the fire alarm box and go check that out. Yeah, they always need funds to keep things like this going, and they got kind of a unique donation box. But that's what happens. I'm gonna pull the handle, get ready. There we go. Done. And look at that. This is pretty cool. As soon as you walk in, start out with the horse-drawn stuff. And there's plenty of good information. Oh, there's a guy coming down the pole back there. Remember that you can pause that so you can read that. Wow. This is cool. They got the leather buckets. They're made out of leather. You ever seen this out of a leather bucket? You have now. That's cool. You ever seen inside one of these? Now you can say you have. Look at the metal wheels. There's some hose carts. Yeah, this is the oldie stuff here. Guatemala. I never know where something's going to come from. Another hose cart. Hose cart is different than a hose pipe. You put the hose pipe on the hose cart, if you know that. Lots of cool information here. Look at this call box. It's a call ball box. I've never seen one like that. Oh wow. That's the water witch belt. Oh look. It's firefighter Ken. Oh wait, is that Ken? I don't think his name is Ken. Who knows who that guy is? If you can recognize him. Oh, well look. There's firefighter Barbie. That's definitely Barbie. There's a lot of cool stuff here. Now this thing, 1909 chassis and ladder. I'm gonna get around so we can see the whole thing, but right now it's so big, so long and big that you can't get the whole thing in. And there's my partner coming down. But this is cool, and they're all fixed up and dressed out and everything. There's a little information on this one, the 1917. And that was actually from Orange, Texas, which is just down the road from Beaumont. But look that. That's some big wheels though. If that was gonna run over my foot, that would hurt pretty bad. Even though it's rubber. Yeah. I tell people the same thing about me. I look behind it. That's the back end of that big old ladder truck, and it's got the little trampoline you can jump on if you feel like it, or you can just fall on it out of a window. But see, the guy would get to ride up on there and turn that wheel and make it spin and turn all over the place, and it's still going. And that's a hose attachment that you put on the end of it to get that hose way up in the air and squirt that water. Oh, and look at that. This is a new one. This is a fancy new one. That's from 1926. So well, look at that. That's like a little junior fire truck. That'd be fun to ride around in. Yeah. It's pretty cool because they get donations from all over the place, so they have cool equipment and stuff to show. Now see, these are little dinky fire hydrants here. They're not giant ones, but that's okay because there's a giant one right outside. And there's a little fire bucket. And look, here's a tall one. There we go, now we can see. The light's bright today. It's bright outside. That one's from 1923. you just look at that and see all those handles and all that stuff and the lights you can shine in your friend's face, and then you pull that and you pull on that and you yank that and you push that with your foot and you twist that with your hand. It'd be hard to read those gauges, but if you're sitting down, but that's okay. They knew what they were doing. Fire trucks are fancy and fun. Well, you got places to sit in the back. Hey, you haven't seen inside a fire hose? Look. Now you can tell everybody he's looked inside a fire hose. Pretty fancy. Here we go. Look, this one can kind of actually see the whole thing. That's the tip of the ladder on the back. And that's the middle part where the little guy would sit up there and turn that wheel. And way over there is the front. We're going to see that in a little while. But look at some of these things. Some extinguishers. They used to make everything look cool. It's like, look how fancy the extinguishers were. Boy, look at this one. You figure out how to do that before the house burns down, you'd be doing good. All kind of fire extinguishing things. And look at that. Let's read about that a little bit. That's cool. You might get to see it out and about sometime. But yeah, that's the Willis Company, and that's a Jeep, a version of the Jeep, like they used back in the my famous in World War II. This is a later version because see how they changed the front end up. It's behind the big bumpers and stuff, but the grill and all is different. But that's what they kind of changed into over the years while they were still making them. And this is pretty cool. It's got a siren on it. And also I was looking at this behind it. What y'all think that is? It's a big old wooden cabinet for it. Boy, look at that. You plug that in, plug it in there on one of those. Yeah, this is for all the communications and radios back in the day. See, it's the Fire Alarm Telegraph Company. They're kind of specialized equipment, you could say. Well, the fire alarm would come in, and that's how they could tell where it was, I believe. They would make those little lights light up. Something like that. And then they could say, oh, well, it's next door. Hurry. And look at this one. Compare the length to the one right next to it. I'd love to see one of those long ones going down the road. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Look back here. There's a switchboard like Sarah would use on Andy Griffith. You gotta pull those, plug them in to connect everybody and all that. Piece of cake. Anybody could do that, right? But let's see. This one is fairly modern. That's a Seagrave there. There's certain companies that specialized in it. A lot of them are still around. But Seagrave, La France was another one. And this would really be something to see. This, when they lift up that, first going down the street, and then when they lift that up to get all the ladders up in the air. That is pretty cool. Oh, look, I can get you some close-up information on here. Ready? Here we go, zooming in. Yep. And you see that? That's to crank it to get it going. But they adapted the old back part of it was originally horse drawn. Can you imagine that thing being drawn by horses? And then they adapted it to go with this truck. So then they could give the horses a vacation. You can see all the goodies underneath. But that's a lot of heavy wooden ladders on there. And look, we got some cranks so you can turn that. Next door we can check all the gauges. Well, this one's gonna be hard to check. That one you can check. And you got these, you can turn that and you can pull on that. And this one you gotta push that and pull that, and see that? And then you pull up on that and you undo that and take that off and you pull that off and you'll be in business. Look, let's see inside the fire hose again. Whoa. And look, here's inside another one. See, if you ever wondered what it looked like inside a fire hose, now you know, so you're welcome. That's what it looks like when you're driving. That's what you look like when you're driving this one. Let me put you in the driver's seat. Yeah, look up ahead. See, that's the doors you're gonna go out. See that? And I'm not sure, but that might actually be the speedometer. Something like this must have been fun to drive. Because you be driving and you get your partner to sit on the side of you over there and ring the bell. Get people out of the way. But yeah, this the entire building was a fire station. And you can see on this side, there's doors all the way across. Big doors they can open up to let things out. Okay, y'all, I got some secret scoop, and it's not on my foot. I got some secret scoop, and somebody inside was nice enough to tell me about it. And when I asked them about it, and it's just pretty cool. So here I am. That's the fire station in the museum. You can tell by the giant door over there and all that. The scoop I got was on the giant, world's largest working fire hydrant. And they said, yes, it does work. It's like up on top, there's like a little spigot thing, and it had this little key ting they put in that, and they turned that, and it makes water squirt out all over the place. So it is the world's largest working fire hydrant. And they said, actually, I'm not sure where it is, but somebody took the title of the world's largest fire hydrant, and I don't know where it is. I'll have to find out, because I might have to go see that. But this one is the world's largest working fire hydrant. And not only that, but you may have seen this, because you notice how it's painted with the spots like a Dalmatian, which is like the fire department kind of mascot, you know, traditional mascot. Well, it turns out that a few years ago, Disney was coming out with a remake, their remake of the 101 Dalmatians. And I'm not sure how it happened, but they were working on that, and they said, you know what, we need to do a promotion thing. And so they made this giant fire hydrant in California at their prop shop, or somebody like that made it, and they sent the parts over here, and they put it together in this park and finished it all up, got it all hooked up and everything. And then they had 101 local firemen come out, and they did some kind of a production out here with they had them dancing around and acting all crazy and stuff. And we'll have to try to see if I can find something about that, because it was a promotion for the movie. And then afterwards they said, I tell you what, that's too big to move, we tired, so we're gonna leave it here and y'all can have it, and y'all can turn that key and squirt that all over and have a good time. And so that's how the giant, world's largest working fire hydrant came to be in the middle of Beaumont. So little did you know, you're learning some new stuff. It just doesn't stop. I bet everybody that watches this channel has been getting a headache, because I keep coming up with stuff that I didn't even know about, and my head hurts, you know, all the time, because I always hit it on stuff. Check back soon for more Look Dat.